Hello, my loves, and welcome back to BehatiLife YouTube channel. If you're meeting for the first time, welcome. And for those of you that are old friends and family, welcome back. As you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be diving into the love life, specifically relationships. What's next for this connection? Now, this is the type of reading that I typically don't do because I don't want to inadvertently encourage toxic bonds and karmic situations when people should be choosing to separate or move in different directions. So I'm going to trust that you have already talked to your ancestors, your guides, the divine, and they have given you the green light to follow the message if the message is applying for you guys to come together. I'm really big on making sure that we are not holding on and gripping on to things for the sake of being afraid of letting go. It's understandable to be afraid. But I just want to make sure that you guys are in healthy relationships or situationships. Okay? Because everybody's situation is so different. With that being said, use your discernment, use your intuition. I'm going to be shuffling and pulling live for you guys. We have 3 different messages to choose from. We have the rose quartz, we have the stormy crystal, that's what I call it, and then the carnelian. Okay? Also, if these readings resonate with you and you would like to go a little deeper and feel the support more often, BehatiLove Notes is there for you, and the links for that will be down below. Having said that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. You get cozy, and let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, darlings, if you chose the rose quartz, this is your reading. I'm going to be shuffling from the African American Tarot. What's next for this connection for those that chose the rose quartz? Interesting. What is start? Okay, clarify 3 of Swords for me. Don't click out if you know tarot. Woo. Page of Cups reversed. Knight of Cups. Clarify the Hanged Man. Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands reversed. Clarify also Page of Pentacles. Clarify the 4 of Cups. For someone here, you've been stuck in a situation, 3 of Cups reversed. For someone here, you've been stuck in a situation where it feels like there was like no resolution. Like you might have been like stuck in pending, waiting for a text message, waiting for a response, talking to the universe, waiting to hear what someone says, where things are going to happen next, which is probably makes sense why you're clicking on this video. I feel like that's where this heartache was coming from. It's because like the silence, it's the silence, the unknown, the not having an answer, to not, if someone is talking to you or if you have heard from someone, it almost feels like the words are empty or they're not promising, they weren't promising like clear direction as far as, you know, where are we going, where are we headed, what happens next, what do you want? And what is going to happen and what is happening now, what your energy is showing is you're going to get some real solid clarity as far as where this person stands, what they want, and you get to decide what you do with that. Instead of you feeling not to say defensive, but like on edge and like grinding your teeth and anxious and maybe having sleepless nights. I'm surprised that the 9 of Swords isn't showing up here. You have some type of like answer here that helps you to be like, okay, now I know, you know. It does seem to come in a little delayed, but it does come in. With that being said, moving forward with the 4 of Cups and the 3 of Cups reverse, make sure that whatever it is that you hear from this person or from this relationship, even if they're not saying anything, that says a lot. That even silence speaks volumes. So if you have to ask yourself, do I accept this? Do I want this? Does this nourish me? Does this feed me? Does it support me? Or is it too much, too little, or I need to ask for a whole lot more than what I currently am settling for. Everyone's situation is going to be different here. Yeah. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to get an answer. You're going to have a clear, defining conversation, moment, text message. It's not so loud that it's like surprises you or shocks you. It's what you've been feeling, sensing this entire time. And then it comes in a clear package of the communication where you're just like, okay. But again, I really get a strong message here about if it's not what you want and it's not what you deserve, or if you feel like you're settling, if it doesn't make you happy, if it's not something that you would choose for yourself, make sure that you aren't settling. Interesting that the spider card oracle came up, because this is about co-creating with the universe, manifesting, and knowing the beauty, the abundance, the blessings that you bring into every single aspect of and fiber of your life. If you are not happy or satisfied with something in any capacity in your life, you have the power to change it. The spider is the reminder of that. This card definitely wants to... The elk, interesting. Stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. That right there is a strong message. If something feels like there's disrespect, even being in this ceasefire, like being caught in this in between, sometimes that says a lot. In other situations, it's needed, but maintain your dignity. Keep your head high. Don't allow energies to disrespect you, to choose you second, or not feel like you're not worth putting any energy or effort into. That's not cool. That's not what we're doing. This card, wow, your cards are really loud. The polar bear, wow. Okay, stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to the outcome. So either this is literally confirming what it was I was saying and seeing. Either someone is going to speak up finally, clear as day, or their silence is going to speak volumes, or it's you saying, this is what I've been wanting and this works for me, or I've been asking for a lot for some time now, and what you want to offer and what you want to give is not what I manifested. I didn't ask the universe for this, and I didn't ask my ancestors for this. With that being said, I'm not going to accept this, and I prefer to move up and out and on. I'm going to shuffle from the Oracle deck. Notes from the universe on love and connection. You are adored and enjoy your ordinary uniqueness, but this card was reversed. Please make sure that if you are in a circumstance where the silence was someone deciding if they want you or not, that you're not trying to compare or diminish yourself to fit what you think that person would have chosen and prioritized and respected. There is just, if someone doesn't automatically give you the respect, the affection, the commitment, or whatever it is that you're asking for, it's just simply not a match. It's not personal against you. You guys are just not each other's cup of tea. Ooh, I see a butterfly. So for someone here, I really feel like your uniqueness should be celebrated. Your unique way of loving and your unique brilliance that you bring is something that is so precious and is easily loved. And I set intention that you find the places, the people, the energies that demonstrate that to you authentically, genuinely, because you truly deserve that. All right, my loves. So that's your reading. Again, if you would like to be supported through your journey, through your healing, definitely check out BehatiLove Notes. We dive so deep into we dive so deep into our intuition, astrology, and right now we're doing a whole manifestation course, which starts today, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'll send the links down in the description box for you guys to check out. It'll be timeless if you're watching from the future present. If you hear any yelling in the background, it's my baby. She's having the time of her life. She's so cute. All right, honeys. Moving on to message number 2. Okay, my love, if you chose the Stormy Quartz, this is your reading. Also, please ignore the plant particles and the candle wax. This is a working altar, so I do my magic and manifestation here at this place. It's genuine, it's authentic. Okay, let's go ahead and shuffle it. I'm gonna be live shuffling for you. I moved into my sunroom, so if you hear noise, that is why. Let's see, interesting. What's next for this connection? Interesting. Clarify the moon card for me, please. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Okay. This is really interesting because someone here might have been keeping their feelings hidden in the near past. And those feelings look like a fresh start when it comes to this connection. There is undeniable chemistry, definitely, between the two people. Or if it's not undeniable chemistry towards each other, this is an undeniable desire to have a fresh start, a new beginning in your life, period. And it wasn't something that was so defined for you, but you and the other person, or the other person will actually make it be known. It's kind of giving what I was seeing in the first pile, where in their reading it was like they were pending, like they were waiting for an email or a text message, or they were left on read, or there was like silence and they're waiting to hear back. However, this is more about not knowing, like not knowing or keeping something super secret, not intentional, waiting for the right time to say or state, declare is what's coming through, how you feel. And there is some anxiousness or anxiety about starting, like saying how you feel, entering into a relationship or exiting out of a relationship, even though there is a really strong bond between the two of you. There's something here that is pulling you guys together. It is, once again, undeniable. It would be interesting to see if this is karma, or if this is like a soulmate with the karma, twin flame, or someone that you have something that you share with them in this life. It could be a child, it could be a business, it could be same friend circle, community. This is not something where there's a clean break away from each other. You have to find a way to coexist in some way, shape, or form. In the most high, I don't want to say positive, but in the readings where people are coming together and starting a relationship together, these feelings were left kind of unsaid for as long as possible. Not because you want to keep secrets, but because you're afraid. There's a fear, a feeling of fear, a fear of the unknown, what's going to happen. It's like falling in love with your best friend and then not wanting to change the friendship, but knowing that you have feelings, romantic feelings, and not wanting to scare them. And what's so interesting, though, is like you actually get what you want. Even if it's not like if we took a step back, this is such an interesting reading, that's why I'm taking my time with it. If you take a step back into this section and this time frame of your relationship, it's like trying to, even if you guys have this bond that you're trying to work through and work together, there may not be a clear definitive answer of like how we're going to do this, because expectations, communication, like those things still need to be addressed and sorted out. Here in the center, I see you being able to, the two of you, being able to sort it out, figure it out, and really coming up with a solid plan that works. For that reason, your relationship seems pretty reciprocal, like that's reciprocated, like it works for the both of you guys. It works, literally. You have the 8 of Pentacles, you have the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Swords. There, that's the feeling of the communication, you know, the honest communication. It almost seems like there's more things that you guys are going to be pivoting with in your relationship in the future. So even if you make a solid plan as far as what happens in the relationship now, it's almost like there's still more. So let's say there is like a lease. Like what if you guys are sharing a lease together, and that's where this bond is coming from, and you're just like, how are we going to do this? There's a moment where you sit down and you kind of sort through the assets or the investments. And then when you come up with that solid plan, there's additional things of like, okay, we forgot this. And then you're able to work through it and handle it. So that's one way this energy can show up. In a relationship, this is something as cute, in my opinion, as like trying to figure out whose house we're going to stay at for Christmas, or how, if this is a long distance relationship, how often should we be talking? Like what is that going to look like? It's kind of like nailing down, like, okay, we realize that we are committed to each other. Like 9 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles is the card of making a commitment, like a promise. And then now that you have that promise, now that you've made that commitment, you're sorting through the details of that, what that looks like. It could be talking about like, do you want to do a vacation together? You know what I mean? Like it's something that helps you guys to come together. Let's say you guys are splitting. It's finalizing the nitty gritty, like the smaller details of the split in a way that works for both of you. It feels pretty respectful. It feels really mature. If there's any type of resentment here, you're not going to see it and feel it as loudly if this was more messier. Because it seems like there's some level of respect, or you're trying to do, both people seem they have an equal desire to respect the other. Let me shuffle and pull from... I love working with the animal totems because, ooh, look at that, the camel. Oh my God. This is, as soon as I saw this, I saw the straw that broke the camel's back. So this could be talking about a separation. It says, trust that you have resources to get you through the challenges before you. So yeah, it's interesting because I do feel like in this relation, if you chose this message, there's something here that you kind of have to navigate through, and but the challenge has a reward. I'm really interested in seeing the other cards that show up, but it seems like it's worth it. It'll be worth it in the end to navigate through this. I also want to tell you guys that the right answer is something that is going to be uniquely yours. Like it's going to be what you guys, how you make it work for you. And that could be, especially with the Fool card here and the Moon card and the Lovers card, there's an equal desire to have an approach that maybe just uniquely you guys, your own, you know? So if be careful about, because you have the 2 of Cups here in the Lovers. Be careful about asking other people for their opinion and their insight on this, because the right answer and the right outcome is going to come from you. If you guys are coming together in a relationship, this chemistry, again, like I said, is undeniable. Like incredible chemistry, incredible love. this is something that is worth, like, it will stand the test of time, in my opinion. It has what it takes to go through even the difficult moments. I'm going to continue to shuffle. Okay, this card. Honeybee, yep. Let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in the situation. Yeah, I do see, it's so funny too, the honeybee, like, there's an opportunity for someone here or the two of you guys to sting each other, or for life to sting, but that's not going to be the case when you are choosing to move from a place of compassion and forgiving. If you have had a fight with this person and you are really wanting to reconcile and pick up the pieces and come back, there's a really strong message here about that happening. Platypus. Ooh. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. Interesting. If you are committed to a person after a fight, you kind of have to let the past be the past and try to embrace this with a fresh start. Leave the past in the past. The Fool card puts down all the baggage and says, I'm letting it go. And if I say that I'm letting it go, then I mean that. I'm not going to carry this with me. For someone else here, I see you focusing more on resolution, like conflict, like trying to dissolve the conflict and focus on resolution, trying to find peace, make peace, and find an answer that works for both of you. It can be done. That's what I just heard. Wow. The card, you're not going to believe this. The card that just came up is You Glow, We Beam. So this is about you individually taking care of your needs. You guys may have different needs. Or in relationships in readings where this card represents relationships coming together, you guys have been radiating love and chemistry off of each other for quite some time, to the point where I'm actually feeling like other people are like, it's only a matter of time before they come together in a relationship because they have undeniable chemistry. Why did it take so long is what it is that I'm hearing. And that's so funny because it's like you've got time. This time card is coming through. So it feels like whatever this is, it would have been inevitable. It is giving some form of karma. You have what it takes, exactly. Exactly. Like, this is really like moving through difficult times, challenging times in order to get to the end result that works best for the both of you. It's just a matter of time. For someone here, you may have actually needed to take a break or separate, and that separation has given you the time to get clarity so that you can define what you see and want for your life now. Either way, it's going to work for both of you. So hopefully this message resonated with those it was meant to. If you would like to go deeper in intuitive and astrology readings, I am here for you for that. Check out BehatiLove Notes. The link for that will be down below. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'm moving on to message number 3, the carnelian crystal. All right, my loves, welcome to your reading. If you chose the carnelian crystal, this is your reading. Please ignore or draw your attention to the candle wax and the herbs that are on this altar. This is a working altar. I work from it all the time, so it's not perfect, and I love that about it. I will be doing a cleansing for it because I'm starting this manifestation journey with those who subscribe to it and BehatiLove Noters. It came with their membership. So I'm going to be doing a deep clean to start with them on that. So you will see a cleaner altar in the future, but for right now, I'm just kind of lingering in the presence of the vibes that brought us here today. All right, let's go ahead and dive into what is this connection? Where is this connection headed? Where is this connection going? What's next? This card definitely wants to. Okay, Ace of Swords, Truth. Wow. High Priestess. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Hierophant. What's next for this relationship? Interesting. I want to say, oh gosh, on the bottom of the deck we have the Justice card. I want to say that for someone here, someone's doing something out of duty and obligation, and that's can be love, but you have to ask yourself, am I doing this from a space of love, or am I doing this because I feel like I have no choice but to? When was the last time that you sat with your intuition, sat with yourself, a quiet space, and you asked yourself, how does this relationship make me feel? Why am I choosing this person? When I ask why this person is choosing me, what does my spirit and my intuition tell me? Do I like the answer that I sense? Unfortunately, for a good majority of you, I do see that this is coming to an interesting epiphany that can be difficult to sit with, because in matters of love in the heart, it's really hard to make decisions not from the space of love, but from a space of this is just simply the right thing to do. Sometimes doing the right thing does not feel good and is not easy, but you are called to make that decision regardless. With the Ace of Swords, it's interesting because this is a call into your life now to identify what your priorities and who you are now. You get to call the shots in your life. You get to say, this is who I am. This is where I stand. If you decide to honor a commitment or stay in some type of connection here, make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. The right reasons are different for everybody, and you have to do some soul searching to find those answers for yourself. Many of you guys know what those right answers are. There's a little ant right here, just living his best life, or her best life. I'm on the ground right now in my sunroom, so there's some ants that show up because it's mostly outside. This is a pile that could use some advice, so I'm actually going to shuffle. Did you guys talk to your ancestors about this relationship? Do your ancestors like this person? Because it's actually giving me, change is always good. Someone here has an opportunity right now to break like this generational curse of just like, I don't say settling, but choosing something for the sake of like, okay, this is what society says is the right thing to do, but you got to do what's right for you. And that's a good thing. Time for a love fest. Interesting. Okay. For some of you guys, this love fest is it sounds weird, but you kissing yourself. Have you guys ever watched The Secret? I'm literally hearing this guy, I think his name is Bill. He's like, ooh, I just wake up in the morning and I could kiss myself. I do kiss myself. I say, self, I love you. That's literally, that sounds crazy, but like that's what I'm hearing and that's what I'm seeing is someone giving themselves a love fest. If you don't receive this from someone, because what's wild is the Four of Pentacles is there's emotion there or softness there, but it's like behind a barrier or a wall. I'm also seeing otter spirit coming through here. Something is like otter and the beaver. Something, and it's interesting because the beaver, it changes the landscape by like gnawing things, change like for the sake of its family, for the sake of what it prioritizes. It's an instinct. You can't stay the same. There's this feeling of like you can't stay the same. Even a river, the same river is like it changes every moment. The river is different because of the current, because of the flow, because of the change. That's natural. So you may be needing to learn how to love and approach this relationship because it's greatly changed and evolved. And if both people or one person doesn't have the capacity to change along with it, it's important that that person isn't stunting the other one's growth. Okay, so you guys might think that I'm stretching this a little bit, but my phone just died, which I was using to record. So I ended up having to get my camera, my actual camera. I had to change my camera, right? See where I'm going here with this? In the process, I'm like looking at this, I'm like, yo, this is actually better. Not only am I going back to something that used to work for me in the past, but this is actually better. The change was actually really good. And I literally, like, this isn't the perfect setup right now, but it's authentic, it's real, and it's facing my backyard, which is one of my favorite places because I am in my sunroom, like I said to you guys. But the reason why I'm sharing this is because my phone died, and then I had to change from the phone to the camera, and I love the change. Like, this actually is going to probably be my new way. I almost want to open this door so you could see. Actually, I'm going to. Why? Because change is good. Hold on. You can see my socks. Okay, whatever. That's not perfect, but it is what it is. All right, so we have the door wide open, and we're going to continue on. You could see the roses, I think, in the background over here. Anyways, let me continue shuffling for you. I also love this because it feels, oh my God, shut up. Okay, wow. It says that you have options is meaningful, rock on. Okay, that to me too, you guys are really probably going to think I'm stretching this, but to me, I find this so synchronistic. Also, I think I need to tell you about this white feather that I keep seeing everywhere. But anyway, so is someone else seeing a white feather too? Because I actually channeled for it and I put it on my Twitter. Anyway, that you have options is meaningful. So in the change, explore your options. You may find that there's something better than you originally expected. For someone here, I don't see this as being an overnight major shift, major change, if that's not something that you're ready for. Because someone here may actually need some time to heal, especially when you're moving out of a devil situation here, which is funny because the change card is falling on the devil. And the devil, sometimes we choose things because they're familiar. I think you're being called, and look, you have 11:11. Hold on. 11:11 on the clock right now. I think you're being called to switch up. I'm really feeling like you're being called to switch up. Explore options doesn't mean people. It means a different life for yourself, a different outcome. Ooh, the mountain goat. Yep, there's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. Interesting too, because the goat is actually ruled by the devil card. Yeah, something here is out of whack, out of balance, and the way to find out how to get things back into balance and into alignment for yourself is by feeling it, seeing it, calling it out. And if you doing what you need to do to correct it for your best interest and for your health and for your peace of mind is going to make everything crash and crack and burn, then let it. For someone here, I'm hearing the word sabotage. You need to hear that you're not sabotaging this, that this was going to happen regardless. I also heard the word mandated. Wow. You have the weasel here. Be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. I literally was saying that. With the high priestess. It's about connecting with your body. How does this relationship, how does this connection, how does where you guys stand right now, how does that make you feel when you guys are together? And if it's not balanced, then speaking up and exploring different options is the is the way. And if that's not something that both parties can get behind, then you have to find your way out, in my opinion. Grouse. Ooh. Express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. So interesting, because I see this as feminine energy, big time feminine energy. Tapping into your feminine, getting back into your body, owning your unique dance, owning your uniqueness. I also want to go back to the message here. Change is always good. And I want to shuffle on that. Change is always good. Wow, the emu. Oh my God, look. This is a good time to go on a new adventure. Someone here is scared, and I understand. But it's gonna come out better than you can expect. Let me shuffle on that for you if you're scared. Someone's like, is there love for me? Is there something there for me? You don't need to worry. I go where you go. You don't need to worry about this, honey. 555 on the clock. Change. I go where you go. It says, tell me, are you finding that the occasional stranger has a crush on you, that for words you've almost mindlessly chosen, hearts broken too long begin to heal? That eyes sometimes well up with tears when it's time to say goodbye? Remarkable. Our findings exactly. Psst, your divinity is showing. So I just feel like this is the universe saying, love is with you. Love is always with you. Some of you guys are so cliche because you're just like, well, I want the embodiment of it in my in my partnership. And I feel you. You're allowed to want that. You can manifest that. You don't need to worry about that. Those things will come together. Change is good. The right thing is going to change with you. Wherever you go and wherever you evolve, I'm going to be right by your side. That's what you deserve. Not someone saying, I want you to stay the same because it's convenient and it works for me. That's not the vibe. All right, my loves. Thank you so much for allowing me to shuffle and pull for your energy. Thank you, Spirit, for showing us and demonstrating to us why change is actually good, and even the smallest example. And for those of you guys that need a little extra reassurance, look for white feathers. They're going to show up on your path. They've been showing up for me too. It's been really obvious. Look into the symbolism. Actually, I should tell you about my dream. I had a dream that this little white mourning dove, well, it wasn't white, it was like gray and white. This mourning dove stepped through my window while we were sleeping, and she cuddled up with us. And at first I was like, don't touch the baby, because I'm a mother. So, of course, my first instinct is like, what is your energy? Let me feel it first. And then I realized this little mourning dove energy is good, and it brings peace and contentment and love in our lives. So I allowed it to nuzzle in with us, and then in my dream I fell back asleep, and then I woke up and just felt like a sense of peace and contentment and knew that it was Spirit speaking. So for someone here, the mourning dove means something for you, so look up that animal totem. Yeah, also 818 on the clock. Trust the journey. If you need to manifest peace for yourself and feel stable and grounded within yourself, do it. On that note, you guys, I'm going to go. I am manifesting with the collective for those subscribed to BehatiLove Notes, and then I opened it up for others who aren't subscribed to join us and participate. The links for that will be down below. We actually begin today. I'm so excited. The email literally just went out at 11:11 for the majority. Yeah, I welcome you to manifest with us for the month of July. And if you're watching this in the future present, it's going to be turned into a workshop that you can download. So don't feel like you missed out. You'll always have the opportunity to join in whenever you feel called. And trust the fact that Spirit led you to it when you were right. All right, honeys. So I'm going to go. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with your energy. I'll see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.